I've been traveling so much recently. I'm behind on content because I got stuck on vacation. So I'm actually going to show you how I do my makeup when I'm traveling with like the littlest bit of stuff.
Hey, I'm maybe Burke and you're watching Makeup for Lost Time. This is my series for trans women and other people who feel like they missed a few classes when it came to learning about makeup.
Last week we went over what I packed for vacation, and this is actually a smaller amount of stuff than that because I finally got home from vacation even though I was stuck for an extra 3 days because of a storm. But I got home and then had to turn around pretty quickly to go on a work trip. But I did not want to check a bag for this trip, so I had to condense, and I took out like a little bit of stuff so that I would only have the right amount of liquid to be traveling with. Now, obviously, I'm already doing my eyes, and that's because it's not really different from what I would be doing at home. I brought my eyeshadow base, I have all of my brushes, not all of my brushes, but I have all the brushes I would need, and I brought a nice palette that's easy to travel with, so this is just what my eyes are. When I was on vacation, it was even like less intense because I was in the Caribbean, and it was like really nice weather, which meant it was not great for eyeshadow. I was sweating! I'm gonna go ahead with my travel mascara, and that is essentially all I'm gonna do. And then I can bring you through what else I brought and how I go about a condensed glam. Now, I did bring foundation on vacation, but when I need all of my liquids to fit in a carry-on, I don't. Because this concealer with a pump just works as a foundation for me. I've gotten so many compliments with this as a foundation, and we love a drugstore find that wears really well. I also feel really confident because one of my favorite makeup artists that I follow, Joelle Phillips, swears by this concealer, so it feels right. It's not just that it works for me, it's that it works. Oh, I should probably also mention what I travel with. I have a little compact that I look in for my makeup because you can never really trust like hotel lighting in the bathroom. Like all of the places mirrors are in this room aren't really set up well. So I actually have you on the windowsill, the window's open, and I have a little compact that has a mirror in it sitting here so I can kind of see myself, which is why you might see me looking down most of the time. But I'm just gonna give myself a nice wash of color with this foundation and color correct with my Pro Conceal. You'll always hear me tell you not to go directly on the face, but I'm in a bit of a rush, so we're going to. My flights were delayed today. I got here with time to spare, obviously, which is like why I'm doing this, but I don't have like too much time to spare. That concealer brush actually had the eyeshadow base on it, so make sure that you bring separate brushes. But that's okay because we're gonna go in with, this is like a tiny little mini concealer that I got from an Ipsy once. We're gonna take that on the brush that doesn't have the eyeshadow base on it. So my eyeshadow base is a little bit lighter and brighter than I want my concealers to be. But I guess we're doing a bright under eye today. Part of makeup when you travel is just making it work with whatever you got. Or checking a damn bag. I'm gonna help work that into a cohesive layer with the foundation brush. I'm not picking up anything new with the brush, just helping everything blend together smoothly. And then you know I don't do a ton of like bronzer and contour on a regular basis, so we're really just going with blush. And I did bring like 3 blushes with me on vacation, but only this little tiny one made it. Well, in terms of liquids, there is a powder. She is going on the back of a hand though, because these liquids tend to be pigmented. And we're taking that right up to where the concealer was, partially because that eyeshadow base was like a little strong for me, and partially because I like the placement. We make it work. And across the nose, marrying that a little bit on the forehead. And then same thing, making the dream work with our foundation brush. Nothing new, just using this to tap out and blend out any edges so everything looks cohesive. And I'm actually going to come back in with a little bit more of the concealer, and this I'm going to take on another brush to make sure it's not the one that has the eyeshadow base on it. And this I'm just coming closer to the nose, not even focusing necessarily on the under eye, but that like inner corner there, because the blush went a little higher than I would normally want it to go. That looks like skin again. And then I of course travel with like the littlest powders I can find, but even that we're going to pick up the littlest bit. I'm going to work it into my arm so that it's not like falling off the brush. Under the eyes, smile lines, forehead, center of the face, you know. Now, if you don't have a tiny setting spray, it can be good to buy a little spray bottle and put your favorite setting spray in there. But luckily I got this little sample at Sephora recently, so I have one. And potentially one of the most important things I do when I fly is I braid my hair, because I really do like what my hair looks like when it comes out of braids, but also it's like the easiest style to like have in braids when you're traveling and then be able to just take them out and have like wavy fun hair when you get there. Like, look, that was maybe 30 seconds and we have a whole different hairstyle. And I did bring with me a hair oil that is also a heat protectant, so that if I didn't like this or if they're like flat tomorrow, I also have a curling iron with me. Then I'm just gonna hit the brows with some gel. This Rare Beauty brow gel is honestly really good. The only complaint I've heard about it is that it's a tiny bottle. I generally prefer my Got2b because of the size of the applicator and the tube itself. But when traveling, smaller is better, so here you go. Should I do a bold lip? Oh, why not? The liner is a really easy thing to bring because a pencil is not liquid. But you know me, I can't just wear it alone because I have chronic dry lips, so I will be going with a gloss over it. And I think that's it. It's a quick, easy glam, but it doesn't look too dissimilar from how I would typically do my face on an everyday basis. So let me know if this was helpful, save it before your next vacation, and stick around as we make up for lost time.